In every car rebuild, there's always a milestone to reach. My first milestone was actually to do all the chassis work, followed by all the bodywork and paintwork. The next one is to get this engine fired up. Okay, welcome back to MG Rebuild. As I said, we are going to try and start this engine. Hopefully it will fire. I've got no idea if it will, but it's well, as you would know, it's been over 20 years since this engine has had some life into it, and it's been rebuilt twice, once by the previous owner, once by myself. So hopefully everything is right now, and we should be able to hear something from it. I've done a fair bit of wiring to it. Excuse me. Over the last couple of weeks. I haven't actually wired the engine up as yet. I'm just going to do a temporary wire to get the engine running, because I still need another sub harness and so forth for the dash, so not all that is actually hooked up. But I do want to show you what I have done with the additional fuse blocks that I made up. Now you do have to excuse, it's quite a windy day today, so unfortunately there's going to be a lot of wind noise. I do apologise. As you can see, the original setup is just a 2 fuse system. I haven't got the fuses in there, but I go there and there. So I've got all those wired up at the moment. Now, the fuses are a 35 amp fuse normally. So if you're going to have an issue, it's going to burn out before you even get a chance to, or burn the wiring out before you actually blow the fuse. So anyway, this is what I've created. Now, there are some instructions online, and if anyone wants some instructions, I'll pop them in the description. But as you can see, I'm not sure if you can actually read those. I've put a fuse in for every circuit. And then I've wrapped them up in cloth electrical tape, to make it look a little bit more authentic. There's still some tidying up there to do, of course. What I've also done is put in a battery isolator switch up under the dash there, and routed that under the dash and out through the, I'm not sure if you can see down there, down through the actual battery box as well. That way it's nice and easy to reach, stops the battery from draining while I'm not driving it, and of course it's a bit of an anti-theft deterrent. That yellow wire, that's not going to remain there. That's for the windscreen wipers. Once I get those sorted out, it's just sitting there at the moment, just so it's out of the way. Okay, so we've got the starter switch hooked up, temporary at the moment. It's obviously got power to the starter and from the battery. I still haven't turned the battery on as yet. All the fluids are in, so it's only got water in the radiator at the moment, just in case there is a leak. So I don't want to dump all my coolant. And I actually have discovered a leak in the drain plug, a little drain tap in the bottom of the radiator. It's just got a little bit of a weep to it, so that one's going to have to come out and fit a new washer or whatever it might be. That's the old coil, so possibly the original coil, being a Lucas one. It's only temporary at the moment till my other coil arrives. I've got a friend who's just brought a spare one just in case this one doesn't have any life in it. And I've got the plugs out at the moment as well. So we're going to try and build up some oil pressure. Now, normally you either fill the oil pump up with oil, or the better way is to actually fill it full of white lithium grease or petroleum jelly. I couldn't get enough room to get the actual cap off down there to put the grease in there, so I've just filled that up full of oil. I've turned it over a few times by hand just to adjust the valves, and there is oil coming up through everything in there, so that's a pretty good sign for me. So what we'll do now, we'll just crank it up. We'll hopefully get some pressure. It's just a bodge set up there at the moment, and if we can get that, then we can put some fuel into the system and see if we can get some life into it. Now, it is going to be a little bit noisy. One, the tappets are adjusted slightly over, I think about 5 or 6 thou over standard, because one, it's cold, and secondly, I don't want to bust anything. And there's no exhaust. I've got the exhaust manifold, and that's all I've got at the moment, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Can't be any worse than what the wind is. So. Just thinking, is there anything else? Come around here, Lachlan.
With the camera?
Yeah, so we can video the oil pressure going up. Hopefully going up. No, you need to come around this side, mate.
I would.
So I don't want to bend behind me. So I don't want to bend the tube too much. Let's see. Okay, we got life. Okay, no oil pressure. Let's try again. Half on, you reckon? Hey? I'm going to put some power into it. Battery power. Okay. I'll put the choker fully on. Right. Stayed on fire for a while too. Hey? Squirt of what? Throttle?
Yeah. Yep.
The choke?
Yeah.
That's on fire.
Keep going with the blood, suck it out.
That did. We might have to get some more battery power, I reckon. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start. She had a fair flame damage, wouldn't extinguish. So we got spark.
Spark's winding over fast enough for it to suck around too quick. She'd have to
Oh, no choke. Trying out a pump again. Okay. Yeah.
just give it a quick little while.
It's turning okay. Now, got spark.
Definitely got spark. Just put the package out for a little while. And we'll just disconnect the fuse.
One eternity later.
Full check. Ready?
Yep.
That sounds a bit more promising. Chain choke off.
goes.
It does. It's alive.
You've lost.
Lost a nut.
Yeah, there's this one here.
Yeah, there's one here too.
Ah, that's it. One's still in there.
Yeah, I was looking down there, I thought, oh, what's that nut come from?
There's that flat spot, but that could be in the carbs. She's dripping now.
The fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a flat spot there, because once you get past it, it's revving all right.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a tune-up, I think.
So it might be, yeah.
But this is a bit of a concern how that stuck. That switch stuck.
Yeah, that before. And it sounded like it was doing it too when we had actually fired. It sounded like...
Yeah, it was. I had to release the switch. So she blew out a bit of crap out of the manifold.
Yeah, you're losing a lot of oil down here.
I do have another gasket.
Yeah, well, this one's... that would be cut right into it. There. Yeah, and we're leaking just around.
Yeah, I knew about that one.
Have you got temperature gauge? No.
Temperature gauge.
It's very hot around here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's showing. What's it showing at? Can't see what the...
You're supposed to read that while you're driving.
Yeah, I've got a gauge. I've got a proper gauge for it.
Magnifying glass. kills.
Yeah, that's about
It's
it.
about halfway.
Yeah, but I'm not sure what halfway is. It's up to that white line, whatever that is.
They've flipped the house upside down.
Oh, the guinea
Igloo.
pigs.
Igloo outside.
That should start up just by touching it now.
Well, let's try it.
Gauge is up. Oh, there it goes down. You should just, I reckon that should fire up straight away.
Earth.
You know, our time is not spot on.
Nah. And yeah, we need a light.
Actually, saw it today when I was looking for the orchestra switch.
And you didn't bring it? No. Coil.
That was this one over
To
here.
the white side. Not to the dark side. So this switch has the ability to actually put a cut into the coil. So it's a kill switch as well as a thing. Yeah.
Until we get it, I like to work on that dizzy a bit more somewhere.
Yeah, she definitely needs some more work.
Is that blue dog something that you're using?
Throw it away. It's alive. And if you just like to go behind your Lachlan, you've got a clown in the background. Yeah. Okay. It's alive. I did hold off doing the old Frankenstein, it's alive sort of exclamation sort of thing, even though I did really want to. It's been done to death. But yes, it is running. Still have to do the timing. I don't have a timing light with me, so that'll have to be another time, most likely next few days. It's the issue that we had, and it's a common issue and a common mistake a lot of people with these engines make. The distributor was 180 degrees out, so it was trying to fire on cylinder 4 when it should have been on cylinder 1, but it's happened heaps of times before, and it will keep happening to other people as well. But anyway, as soon as we changed that over, it worked fine. Well, you heard it, you saw it, it fired up. I do have a couple of leaks I've got to attend to. The little drain cock at the bottom of the radiator, that's leaking, so hopefully I'm not sure if you can get replacement washers or a little kit for them or not, so I don't really want to have to replace it because I do believe they're a little bit pricey. Also, there is a fuel leak from the feed line as well. There's normally fibre washers that was leaking, so I've tried copper washers, and funnily enough, it actually leaks worse with copper washers. So I'm still working on what to use there. So if you've got any suggestions on how I can stop those leaks, let me know. The fibre ones was only just a weep, but considering it's above the exhaust, I really want that to be completely dry, as you can imagine. I will start it up a few more times. I haven't tried the clutch and the gearbox to see whether it engages and so forth. I don't know as yet, but I might do that the next day or two, or even later on tonight. And then I will retorque the head and reset the valve clearances, or the valve clearances? Oh, the valve lashes, or whatever they call them in other countries. So that's it for today. So if you do like this video and my others, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. I will try and do more regular updates. I have been busy with the wiring, as you can see from what I showed earlier, and my motivation has been low, but I do appreciate all the videos and comments, all the comments that I've had from all the viewers. That did really help, and also I went to the MG concourse last weekend, and that sort of gave me a bit of a boost as well. So now the engine's fired up, so am I. So anyway, this is the end, and I'll see you next time.